Am I the asshole for suspecting my wife of doing something awful at her friend's Bachelorette week in Mexico? She spent virtually zero money and took no pictures. I am in the middle of probably the biggest crisis of my adult life, and I can barely think, so I apologize in advance if this comes across as really weird or rambly. My wife went to Mexico last week for a friend's bachelorette party, and aside from the plane ticket, the hotel, and the first day's food and drinks, she didn't spend a penny all week. I mean, on the credit cards, it's as clear as day that on Monday, up until about 9 p.m., she was buying dinner, stuff at the hotel shop, drinks at the bar, souvenirs, and then at 9 p.m., she didn't spend another cent the entire week, until she was at her layover airport in Dallas. She says it's because her friend took over and paid for everything. I guess this is plausible, but it still gives me a funny feeling. What is worse is that my wife is a person who posts her entire life on Instagram, on TikTok, mostly Instagram. But if she does anything from get a latte to picking the kids up at school, she will post it either as a picture or as a story. The last thing she posted on TikTok was that trend of people jumping into their vacation from the airport, and after that her social media is blank. I was kind of keeping an eye on it because I was excited for her to go on the trip. And again, I guess it's plausible, but it gives me a funny feeling. When she got home, I said I can't wait to see all the pics she took. And she really blew me off and said that she just didn't feel like taking pics that week. She has also been incredibly distant. And last night, she said she just felt like sleeping on the couch because the AC hits better. This is 100% true, but I swear I heard her talking on the phone in the middle of the night. When I got up to check on her, I accidentally tripped over the dog and made a huge racket, so when I got downstairs, she appeared to be asleep. I brought all of this up this morning and said I'm not accusing her of anything, but all this put together is making me feel uneasy. I wasn't trying to bait her or fight with her, just get my feelings on the table. She said you were a major effing asshole for bringing this up on her first day back at work. I said I wasn't trying to pry, just communicating with her, and she said, your communication is prying, and I am not discussing this with you ever again. She then took the kids to summer camp and left. Am I the asshole? Edit. So I realized that her texts probably synced to her iPad, so I just checked. It took me a while to figure out the passcode, but I did. But there was an iMessage at 9:15 the night she got to the resort from a number with no contact info that said, okay, I'll meet you in the lobby. Is the app you said Signal? I looked up Signal and it's a kind of like WhatsApp. The iPad doesn't have Signal on it. Edit 2. If you have been following my comments, you've seen that my sister is coming over and she's an insane internet sleuth and is relentless when it comes to this cheating stuff. She also scares me a bit, so I'm hoping this isn't a mistake. I'm going to probably stop responding for a while so we can talk and she can do her thing. I am numb, but she can do this. Thanks for everyone and the nice comments and the reality check. It's not looking good. So this is a very new Am I the Asshole post that is fresh out of the oven, and the OP is submitting edits and updates as we are recording this. I'll have a link in the description of the original post. We do have some comments here. It's wild that when you told her it was a little suspicious, she made it even more suspicious with her reaction. You already know, don't you? Update me. So she didn't even deny it? Just stated she'll never discuss it again? She didn't even discuss it. Yeah, she's sus as hell. Agree. I understand being a little upset about bringing something so heavy up right before the first day back at work, but to say we won't ever discuss it again or deny it sounds very much like gaslighting and avoiding. Having been through something similar, I would say there is something going on. Absolutely. Her reaction is a huge red flag. He's right to be suspicious. OP comments, well, to be fair, I didn't accuse her of anything. I just said that the combination of things is making me uncomfortable. Someone responds, she instantly got angry when you asked her. This was to make you afraid to ask again. That alone should make you suspicious. Look up Darvo. Deny, attack, and reverse victim offender. Gather evidence before raising it with her again. Have proof, but don't get caught gathering it. Oof, this is a rough one. Call the rest of the boyfriends and husbands. Someone will know something. Pretty sure they're counting on you all not communicating. And to clarify that comment, that is talking about the wife and her girlfriends counting on the husbands not communicating. All right, gets a little spicy here. Have you Googled the number that texted the signal thing? Can you look it up in your contacts? That was a really good idea. I checked it and it goes back to a real estate company in Florida. Most real estate companies publish names and pics of their agents. Some states have a realtor license lookup site that publishes a lot of information about the agents. I've already seen his pic, his Instagram, and Facebook. I'm not ready to jump to cheating, but if so, he is never who you picture your wife cheating with. He's like 55, we are 32, and looks like a sleazy South Florida real estate guy, and his kids seem to be well into their 20s. So to be clear, your wife is directly communicating with a specific older man on an encrypted secret messaging app while on a trip and refuses to talk to you about anything that happened? Her cohorts on the trip are deleting pics from their social media. 2 + 2 = 4, my guy. There are no possible good explanations for this. Find out who owns that company and that's the guy, the real estate company. It's like one of those situations where it looks like a guy owns or operates the franchise of a national company. I don't know how much I want to say, but I've already found his social media and he's in Mexico this week. But his first post in a week is picking up his wife and kids from the airport. The quote says, "Golf with the guys is done. Time to have some time with the fam. So blessed." Wow, so OP found out this real estate guy was in Mexico at the same time and texting his wife. Not looking good. We do have an update. Edit 3. She cheated. My sister was able to get lots of info from the real estate guy, and my wife denied it at first, but then admitted it. Sorry it took so long to update, but I'm numb. Have literally zero idea what to do now. Edit 4. For people looking up our personal stuff, we don't live in Lubbock, nor does my wife work for the Lubbock school system. We grew up in the area and went to college there, but have long since moved to another community. Please don't try to research this, as you may hurt someone who is totally not involved. I'm getting lots of advice to delete this, and I don't want to, but I may have to. Edit 5. I know people really want updates, and we've been talking, arguing, screaming, threatening all day long. I'm more confused than I was this morning, that's for sure. But I'm also confused, exhausted, sad, upset, nervous, and I don't know what to do. I did make a preliminary appointment with a family law attorney tomorrow to talk about protecting assets and how to navigate the legal way ahead, regardless of what I choose to do. I will say that there's a subreddit that this was cross-posted to, and it may be the most toxic group of people I've ever seen online, and I feel really bad for those people. As for the privacy issues, no one has figured out who we are. That's not a challenge, by the way. I'm very tired, and I doubt people are still invested, but if there's still interest, I can update either on this post or a new in a few days. I'm really hoping to sleep tonight. My sister still has the kids, and they're having a blast and went to the lake with her boyfriend's family today. So I'm glad they are in good hands. Wow, that was a doozy. I will put the link in the description for the original post, just in case OP gives any more updates, or he may delete the post, so we'll see. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe for more.